It is Wednesday, March 17th. We have madness in March. Once again, Zack. We are just, well, technically, a day away from the kickoff.
Please stand for your national anthem.
Right. A day away from kickoff of the 4 play-in games. That includes one we've bet on, maybe a couple we've bet on. But yeah, back after two years, after last year's panty, wiped out Dayton's miracle run. Now Dayton now in the NIT. Tough, but hope springs eternal.
Doesn't it ever?
Yeah.
And we start off with an early NIT hit, courtesy Shelby, who then second-guessed himself. Maybe a joke, maybe not. Who knows?
We were entering the sports book. Good to be back in the sports book. First time since the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. I said, we had enough time to grab, maybe an appetizer or so, drink.
Bavarian pretzel always hits.
Right. And then maybe watch the first half of this Toledo Richmond game before we had to come back and get on the pod. Mm-hmm. And I said, the only thing you have to do is just put everything on Toledo first half.
Yep.
-2. Zack takes it. I didn't. I was worried about sitting down. Mm-hmm. Bang, it hits. Sure I jokingly said, when he showed me the ticket, I said, I would have taken Richmond. But
who's winning right now?
So yeah, I would have taken. That's why the bet was the first half.
A tale of two halves.
That's why I bet the first half. Mm-hmm. The only reason, not because of a time constraint. All right, Scotty will join us a little later. Got another fun snake draft to do. It is March Madness snake draft. We're gonna draft 2 upsets, 2 players, 2 coaches, 2 Cinderellas, and 2 moments. We'll also have our boardwalk. By the way, boardwalk hot. I'm 11-7 first place, but I only went 3-3 last week. You went 4-2, 10-8, game behind me.
Gotcha.
Scotty went 5-1, only a game behind. So you and Scotty tied for second. Some people say tied for last. I'm a game up, way early. All right, can't wait for baseball too. All right, we'll start with stands of the week.
Let's do it.
Go for it.
All right, so my stand of the week is Sugar Mamas. So,
sure.
Jenna was surfing the web last night on Amazon, and she was like,
dial-up internet,
right,
it sounds like.
Right? And she said, do you need anything from Amazon? I was like, a gaming chair would be nice. Like, as a joke. She's like, oh, okay, send me one. $100 gaming chair.
Bang?
Right there. Bang. Right there. It'll be here next week.
You would think Christmas you would have gotten that from her.
Didn't ask for one.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But then when you said she has her check engine light on, but you're too cheap, she's too cheap.
She is.
She's too cheap to go get a check.
Because she wants to get a new car. She doesn't want to put any money in the old one if she knows she's going to get one in a month.
Okay, that's pretty nice.
You hear the car alarm? That's not yours, is it?
All right, so we heard a car alarm. I almost got nervous because what if I didn't put my emergency brake on and my car just rolled into someone?
Yeah.
That would have been tough.
It wouldn't be the first time I took a roll.
Right, just did the other day too.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know, my head was somewhere else. But yeah, that's a good one, Sugar Mamas. I thought you were going a different direction, but now I get where you were going. Nice, you finally have a gaming chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what you've been missing.
Helps with my back
problems. You're such a serious gamer that I was kind of surprised you didn't have one.
I just lean forward.
Yeah, and I've lived with you.
The metal folding chair.
I've lived with you like a half year now, and yeah, it always surprised me you didn't invest in one of those. But good for you. Mine is Stimmy season. Pretty basic.
Okay, yeah.
You got yours last Thursday, so that might have been a stand because we recorded that night, but I just got mine today. Stimmy season, right before March Madness, doesn't hurt. Right as Bitcoin dropped 6K in the last 3 days.
Now's the time to invest.
What I did. So,
smart man.
Yeah, so not bad for stand of the week because I got plenty of bunks this week.
Yeah. You want me to do my bunk?
Yeah, go for
I can go right into it. Okay, so my bunk is free agency whores. So people who live and die by free agency.
Yes.
And we talked about this off air.
I'll pull up that tweet about the Jags.
Yeah, the Jags. They spent over $1 billion since 2011. One AFC Championship appearance. Right. So it just goes to show that the best way, at least in this iteration of the NFL, it would seem, is to build through the draft and through cheap veteran help.
Jags have now spent $1.4 billion in free agency since 2011. By far the most in the NFL. This is for more and sharp football. They've lost nearly 75% of the games in that span. By far the worst in the NFL. Now on their 5th coach in the last 10 seasons.
Who's spending a lot.
Right.
So just goes to show. I mean, I would imagine he wants his guys.
So that can go into my bunk because it is it's basically the same. It's Bengals fans and free agency, because I think when it gets to free agency, you just have so much FOMO that like all of these teams are making deals, so you want to obviously naturally you want your team to be in. So it doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter that signing a free agent isn't as easy as picking up the phone and being like, "What do you want?" Okay, agreed. Like there's bidding wars between teams. There's situations teams are in. And it takes two to tango.
Yeah, it's also about the city too, right? I mean, you may be able to offer like an extra mil than another team, but they'd rather play in Chicago or L.A. or Florida than Cincinnati or Cleveland or Detroit or something like that.
Well, the biggest one were these offensive linemen. That's obviously the Bengals' biggest need. Right. And Joe Tooney was a guy from Kettering, right up the road.
Sure.
And he got record-breaking money from the Chiefs, who had it to spend because they cut their 2 starting tackles from last year.
Right.
So he made
they restructured Mahomes' deal,
and he made $82 million. And it's like, okay, well, it's and people were just obviously just putting up pictures of Mike Brown and being how he's the worst owner in sports because he didn't get Joe Tooney. And it's like, he got $82 million and he gets to play with a team that's been to 2 straight Super Bowls.
Don't worry, you'll probably get Tooney when he's got maybe a year or 2 left in the league after he won 1 or 2 with Kansas City.
Hometown discount. Yeah. But yeah, and if they do sign anyone that's not the person you want, it's an automatic overpay, and they look like they go strictly to like their stats and like, oh, it's a middle of the road corner. Well, that's why they're getting middle of the road money.
Yeah. Like that's why I never freak out about Ravens during free agency, even when we have people leaving, because we had Zadarius Smith leave in free agency, we had C.J. Mosley leave. We were fine. We've got Judon leaving, and we've got probably.
What if Tucker left?
If Tucker left?
Yeah,
I don't think he ever would. He's the highest paid kicker. So.
I know, but like.
I'd be upset. I would be sad if he left, but I don't think you'd have any reason to leave.
It would upset me if Bullock left. So
okay,
apples to apples. Yeah, pretty fair comparison. All right, I got a couple others. Daylight savings screwed me.
It did.
I mean, now it's fine. I like it. It gets darker later. But so Saturday night I was up in Columbus, stayed at Scotty's in between the tournament I was covering, and Scotty and I stayed up drinking until 5.
Whoops.
Yeah. So it was really like 3:45, and then it was like we looked and it was 5:15 because of the hour, and I'm like,
well, it changes from 1 to.
Well, you know what I mean. It
one to 3.
It just bounced up on us fast.
1:59 goes to 3 o'clock.
Yeah. So basically, we're like looking around and we're like, holy shit, it's 5:15. And I got to be back in this tournament at 9:30.
Yeah, I did the same thing with Jenna. I was like, hey, what time is it? She's like, it's 11:30. And then I was like, hey, what time is it? It's 3:15.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Scotty and I were at the bar drinking whiskeys, and then came home and drank like 5 or 6 Trulies each. That's all I had. I wasn't going to complain. And then top it off with a margarita, and then, So then I had to wake up in like 3.5 hours of sleep and cover a tournament from 9:30 in the morning to 8 o'clock at night.
Sure.
So it was obviously brutal, and so that was tough. Lastly, today started personal training sessions, and it just kicked my ass. And now I can just tell.
Here, I'll say it for Scotty. We get it. You work out.
Yeah, that's true. But now it just proves like when I would go in and like work out on my own, and whenever I got to that point of like dire exhaustion, I would like stop or slow down. And with this you can't, because they're pushing you and kicking your ass. Now I know I'm not why I can work out a couple weeks and then like play a basketball game and be out of breath. And I'm like, why am I not in shape? It's because you don't push yourself enough when you're the teacher. So that sucked, and now I got to go back tomorrow. But yeah, I think stand up bunk out of the way, and now we've already talked about it. It's free agency frenzy. So, any big surprises for you?
Not really. I mean, there was really my hope was for us to hold on to a few pieces, the cheap re-signings, and we got Derek Wolfe and we got Pernell McPhee. We held on.
I'm just saying, like league wide.
Yeah, no, I'm getting to that. Yeah, and I was we got the lineman, which was great. I was hoping, like, if they had just gotten Alex Mack and been like, okay, we're done. We spent the money that we can. Yeah. Everything else is going to be draft. We're planning for that. We got done and out early first 2 days before even officially started today, right? So Alex Mack, I honestly really thought he was going to he was either going to go to Kansas City or he would come to Baltimore. I really hoped he would. But, by the way, shout out to Marshall Yanda. He was instrumental in convincing Zeitler to come to Baltimore. So that one was a surprise. Obviously, the spending spree by New England in general. Yeah. Hunter Henry, that was a shock to me that he went after Jonnu Smith.
Got a lot of money,
but
those are two good pass catching tight ends.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, and they're both bruisers too.
Yeah,
hard guys to bring down. So that was interesting. The Corey Davis to the Jets, I thought that was interesting. I thought he would go to a better team because normally when you see teams go to not so great ones like the Jets or the Jags or what have you. It's after they've already found success with whatever team they're at. It's like, okay, I got my ring or what have you. They haven't even made it to an AFC Championship game when he was in Tennessee, but he decided to go to New York because
they made it to an AFC Championship game.
The Titans did?
Yeah, that's right. Played the Chiefs.
That's true. Yeah, didn't win an AFC. Didn't make it to a Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was an interesting pick, and then I think I'm waiting to see what happens with Galladay. That's going to be interesting.
Bengals offered.
Bengals made an offer, and Chad Ochocinco with the interesting tweet. Yeah.
Just hear me out with the
prayer hands. Yeah.
Love it. God.
What were your surprises?
Well, I will say Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously J.J. Watt was early.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of we're forgetting that almost.
Yeah.
But also A.J. Green.
Matt Prater
going to Arizona. Sure. And now it's just like they're spending a lot. They re-signed Budda Baker and Chandler Jones, so they have, Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt, two of the top sack people in recent years.
Yeah.
But in that division,
Senator,
would you still gun to your head? What's Arizona finish in the division? Not their record, just their place in the division.
Second.
Really?
Yeah. Behind Seattle.
Yeah. Okay. We have very different.
Yeah, I don't think San Francisco. I don't think Jimmy G can get him past it.
Kyler? He's never made the playoffs.
I think so. I think next year it's only up from here. I really do see them at second.
Ooh. You want to bet on that now?
No, it's okay.
On the air?
That's all right. We can bet on it on the air later. Once the odds come out.
You take Arizona first or second. I take them third or fourth.
We'll wait and see what.
No, but you like that as a rough draft for now?
Maybe.
I'll take 3. You take under 2.5. I take over 2.5.
Potentially. I want to see where the team win totals end up with Vegas.
Yeah.
Because that'll actually get... Because if it goes like... they have them at like 10.5 for San Francisco and they put Arizona at like 8.5.
No, that's the thing. This division is by far the best in football.
Right.
Because all 4 teams...
The Rams, we don't even know with the Rams. We don't even know with Stafford. We don't know what's going to happen.
All 4 of those teams could win the division. I think all 4 of their win totals are going to be above 500. So it's
for sure.
Yeah. Well, you said 8 net for Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's going to be a crapshoot. I think it's... I don't know who... I
said 8.5.
Yeah, you said 8.5.
No, you said just 8. Now. I said 8.5. We can go look at it. It's fine.
Well, yeah, we'll go look at it. You're wrong again.
No, wasn't wrong then either.
But yeah, you don't know what the Rams. Seattle is... God, Russell Wilson and his linemen wouldn't be getting along right now. Those linemen stick together, no matter if they're good or bad.
Yeah.
They eat at the same table. But I already told you on the way to the sports book today, I'm going to have a lot of cash in 49ers stocks.
Yeah.
Just because all those defenders coming back and...
shoring up the offensive line.
Yeah, with Alex Mack. And
I think they'll draft a running back. Would be my guess.
Oh, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Where are they going to lean with the draft? Receiver?
Yeah,
I think they got a good young receiver. They got Samuel and Ayuk.
It wouldn't surprise me if Matt Ryan's their quarterback.
You think so?
Kyle Shanahan. He took the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I mean it's not bad to connect those dots. Also, a sneaky good move that I actually like. So, Zach, if I asked you.
Yeah.
Could you name... We'll go top 10 quarterbacks in QBR last year.
Oh, God.
1 second. So let me write down your guess.
Let me Google that real quick.
No, don't. You already fucked me out of this last week when I got a phone call. All right. Let me get your guesses. Fire them off. QBR.
Mahomes.
Mahomes was number 2.
Wow.
With a 82.9.
Rodgers.
Rodgers was 1 with an 84.4. QBR is probably the best metric.
Gotcha.
Do you agree? What the fuck?
With when it comes to quarterback performance?
Yeah. Because, so basically, QBR gets into the nitty-gritty where, a 80-yard touchdown drive when you're down 24-3 isn't valued as good as a touchdown drive when it's tied 10-10 in the third quarter. And, if QBR, if your quarterback on 3rd and 10 throws a dot into traffic. And it
like
gets,
Ryan Finley.
Exactly. And it gets 9 yards, that's not graded as high as a 3-yard swing pass on 3rd and 1 that gets a first down.
Gotcha.
So that first down play is graded higher. It puts in a lot of metrics to that.
Gotcha.
And it's also, it factors in quarterback competition and so on and so forth.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I think QBR, just some background on it, that's the best metric to me. So
all right, so I have 1 and 2.
And who were the top 2 quarterbacks last year?
Right.
I mean, it's doing something right.
Yeah. Deshaun Watson.
Not in the top 10.
What?
Number 12. 70.5.
The fuck?
Lost to the Bengals.
Yeah, but he still had great stats.
Yeah, but that's the issue too. Is he's racking up garbage time yards. He led the NFL in passing yards.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen was number 3.
Okay.
With an 81.7.
Okay. Just trying to go look at like division winners. Brady.
Brady was 9.
Cool. Okay.
72.5.
Baker Mayfield.
Number 10. 72.2.
Very nice. Dak Prescott wouldn't be included because he played 4 games.
Yeah.
4 games. 3 games, something like that.
He got hurt in the 5th.
Yeah, 5th game.
4.5. Yeah.
Not Andy Dalton. Benvenucci. I would say... Gosh, this is tougher than I thought.
Who are the top quarterbacks in the NFL?
God, Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Russell Wilson was 8.
Okay.
73.5.
Ben Roethlisberger for the first 10 games? No.
Roethlisberger, 22.
Jesus.
He was behind Mitch Trubisky.
Yikes.
And Daniel Jones.
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan, not in the top 10. 16.
Phillip Rivers.
No, I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
Your boy.
Lamar was in there?
Number 7.
That's weird.
Well, also...
Do they factor in running plays into QBR?
I
thought it's just pass plays.
Yeah, well, it could be too where his pass plays, he doesn't throw as many.
High percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer.
Drew Brees?
Yes, number 6.
That's weird.
74.6.
Kendall Hinton.
No. So you have number 4 and 5.
Okay. Ryan Tannehill.
Okay, number 4. So can you name the person who rounded out the top 5 in QBR?
It's not Stafford.
Not Stafford. He was 15.
Not Drew Lock.
Not Drew Lock. He was 20-something.
Not Kyler Murray.
Not Kyler Murray. He was 14.
Not Darnold.
Not Darnold. He was 99th.
Did Ryan Fitzpatrick play enough games?
It's Ryan Fitzpatrick.
It's Fitzpatrick, isn't
That's
it?
why my sneaky like is the Washington football team to win the division. And they just signed Curtis Samuel to go with Terry McLaurin.
Yeah.
Fitzpatrick.
They've had the Washington football team has made a lot of moves.
Yeah. And they just won it last year, and I'm not sold on the Cowboys.
They've made every move except picking a new team name.
Right.
We're gynecologists?
It was the ESPN page I pulled up. That's great.
Why don't you have that muted?
I don't know.
You're not going to mute it, though, are you?
No, I just did.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick played 9 games, and I know sometimes turnovers are the bugaboo for him. But
turnovers are the bugaboo for him?
Yeah, but in recent years, he threw 8 last year, and he was kind of that cleanup guy to save Tua. I like Washington a lot, and they're plus 320 to win the division right now.
Not bringing back Dwayne?
Dallas is plus 105 to win the division.
Did anybody sign Dwayne Haskins?
Pittsburgh,
that's right. Yeah.
So I like that as a sneaky good signing. Also, we have Andy Dalton to the Bears. What did you think of the Bears? Did you see what they offered Seattle for Russ? Like
I didn't see what I just knew they made it. They were like, you can have everything.
Yeah, basically that's what it was. It was. Let me look this up. It was astronomical as you would expect.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at 3 first-round picks.
So 20, 21, 22, 23?
Mm-hmm. This looks like 3 first-round picks, a third-round pick, and 2 starters. The starters are not named.
Okay.
But
Miller, and because they're already shopping Miller, so probably Miller and they wouldn't trade Khalil Mack.
Yeah, no. But
probably the lineman that they just re-signed.
Right, but still.
He signed.
What do you think of that offer?
Yeah, I mean...
The problem is Russell Wilson's cap hits like $50 million.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Christ. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm. That is correct. But Andy Dalton to the Bears now, he immediately becomes... I can't believe Bears fans are acting like they're better than Andy Dalton. Because Andy Dalton's automatically... The Bears have never had a quarterback throw for over 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns.
Whoa.
All right, moving on. And we will talk March Madness. That's the big one. And so Scotty's out for tonight. But he's going to fill out his bracket a little later. Mm-hmm. But you and I are going to go game by game lightning round. I mean, no...
Gut reaction.
Gut reaction, maybe like a funny little side whip or two. Mm-hmm. All right. And then, how about we do this? Mm-hmm. Make things interesting. We'll probably make a bet on this or something.
Okay.
But if you pick... So you get like... a point for every... a point here in the second round and then 2 points... Mm-hmm. So this remains the same. The second, like Sweet 16, 2 points each.
Gotcha.
2 points, 3 points, 4 points, 5 points, 6 points.
So 1 point for first and second round?
No. I'm saying, so this, if you get them to here, it's 2 points, 3, 4. If you pick a championship, these are 5, and then if you pick the winner, it's 6.
Gotcha.
But how about we make it interesting where, so obviously the first round would be 1 point.
Right.
But let's say if you pick a higher seeded team and get it right, 2 points.
Oh, gotcha.
So it gives you an incentive to pick an upset.
Right.
You like that?
I love it.
All right, cool. All right, we want to start in the West.
Let's start with the West.
Start in the West. Gonzaga versus Norfolk State / Appalachian State.
Gonzaga.
All right.
I'd imagine you want to do the same.
Yeah. Sorry, I was putting dip in.
All right. Oklahoma, Missouri.
Missouri.
Oklahoma. Even though they had the kid out, still like them.
Creighton, UC Santa Barbara.
Creighton.
UC Santa Barbara.
Oh, you're going down.
Virginia, OU.
Virginia.
Bobcats. USC, Wichita State / Drake.
Wichita State.
/ Drake.
Sure.
Next, what if Wichita State loses that playing game?
Well, I mean, it's the same thing. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing.
All right, whoever you got, whoever.
Yep.
All right, I'll take the same.
Okay. Kansas, Eastern Washington.
Kansas.
Yes, sir. Oregon, VCU.
You go first.
It's round robin. It's quick. You gotta go. Bang, bang. VCU for me. That one's easy. Iowa, Grand Canyon. I'm going Iowa.
Iowa. All right, go to the East. Michigan, I'm taking.
Yep.
LSU, St. Bonaventure.
St. Bonnie's.
I'm taking LSU. Pete Maravich Court. Colorado, Georgetown. I'm taking Georgetown.
I'm taking Colorado.
Okay.
Florida State and UNC Greensboro. I'm taking FSU.
BYU, Michigan State, UCLA.
BYU.
Me too.
Texas, Abilene. I'm going Texas.
UConn, Maryland.
Maryland.
UConn. I'm taking Bama to finish it off.
Yep.
Right. To the south, top right.
All right, Iona. I think with Rick Pitino, you can never count them out. By the way, but
I forgot
like
that.
Maryland. I know, right?
Baylor, Hartford.
Baylor. I hardly know her.
Baylor. I do know her. North Carolina, Wisconsin. Wisconsin.
Villanova, Winthrop.
Slide bitch.
Aha.
Purdue, North Texas.
Purdue.
Go
Boilermakers.
Texas Tech, Utah State.
Texas Tech.
Utah State. Arkansas, Colgate. Arkansas. Florida, Virginia Tech.
Florida. Ohio State, Oral Roberts.
Ohio State, Oral Roberts covers.
Right. But I still like Ohio State to win.
I'm taking Illinois.
Yeah. Drexel.
Loyola, Chicago, Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech.
GT. I'm taking Loyola, Chicago. No, I'm taking Georgia Tech.
Tennessee, Oregon State, I'm going Tennessee.
I'm also going Tennessee.
All right. Oklahoma State, Liberty, I'm going Liberty.
Ooh, Liberty, Oklahoma State.
San Diego State, Syracuse, I'm going SDSU.
SDSU. They're one of the teams.
Mm-hmm. That's why I picked...
I'm taking West Virginia. Miles McBride from Cincinnati, Bob Huggins, Huggy Bear. Clemson, Rutgers.
When did you stop drinking tonight, sir? No.
No, sir.
No, sir. Rutgers. And at Clemson, I'm going Rut.
What?
I'm going Rut.
Yeah. Houston. I'm taking Houston over Cleveland State.
Houston. Moving on. We'll go back to the West.
Zaga, Missouri. Or Zaga, Oklahoma.
Zaga, Oklahoma. I'm going Zags.
Me too.
Creighton, UV. I'm going UV. You have a different one,
a completely different matchup there. I'm going to go UC Santa Barbara. Sorry, Bobcats.
Ooh, wow. All right. I have Wichita State.
Drake versus Kansas. Same here. I'm taking Kansas. Jesus.
I know. It's coming up.
Oregon, Iowa.
VCU, Iowa. I'm going Iowa.
Iowa.
That was easy. Michigan, St. Bonaventure. I'm going Mich.
I'm going Michigan over LSU. G-Town, FSU.
Colorado, FSU. I'm going FSU.
I'm going G-Town. BYU, Texas.
I'm going BYU.
I'm going Texas. Bama, UConn.
Bama, Maryland. Bama. All right, over to the South. Baylor, Wisconsin.
Baylor. In a tight one.
Winthrop, Purdue. I'm going Purdue. Boilermakers.
Utah State, Arkansas.
I have Texas Tech, Colgate.
Oh, God.
We went way far.
Taking Arkansas.
Texas Tech.
Florida, OSU.
Florida.
06.
Right? I cried.
Illinois, Georgia Tech.
For the football, not the...
Yeah.
I'm going Illini.
Same. Oh, yeah, duh. Same. Tennessee, OK State.
Tennessee, Liberty.
Ooh.
I'm going Tennessee.
I'll go Tennessee as well.
San Diego State, West Virginia. I'm going Huggy Bear.
Huggy Bear. Rutgers, Houston.
I'm going Rutgers.
I'm going Houston.
That Big Ten is a tough dog.
Nut to crack.
That dog can nut.
Zaga versus etc.
Virginia. I'm going to go with Virginia.
Recency bias.
No, they were one of the teams. The 5 teams.
Kansas, Iowa.
Going Kansas.
Anytime I have Kansas deep in the tournament, they're upset in the first round.
Well, stay tuned.
I'll take
They're not going much further with me.
I'll take Iowa.
Michigan, FSU. I almost said Penn State.
I'm going to take Michigan.
BYU, Bama. I'm going Bams.
I'm going Texas over Bama.
Okay. Baylor, Purdue. Going Baylor.
My sister goes to school there. Arkansas, Florida.
I have Texas Tech, Florida. Ooh. I'm going Texas Tech.
Oh, have them out in the first round.
Marco Santos Silva and Mac McClung ain't fucking around.
Arkansas.
I have Illinois. Yeah, Illini.
And then I have West Virginia in the Elite Eight.
Me too.
Zaga versus whoever. Or you have two different...
Virginia versus Kansas. I have Virginia.
I have Zaga.
And I'm going Michigan. Over Bama.
I'm also going Michigan.
And then I'm going...
2 number 1 seeds. Shelby would be different. Taking Baylor, number 1 seed.
I'm taking Texas Tech over Baylor.
And I'm taking Illinois. I have all 4 number 1 seeds in the first round. God damn it. You try to be different every year, and then bam.
Look at me. I mean, you may win, right? I mean, who knows? I don't think we've ever... Has it ever been all 1 seeds in the Final Four?
Fuck it. I'm taking Texas over Michigan. Texas is in my Final Four.
I have Texas Tech in my Final Four. And Virginia.
2 different teams.
Yeah.
All right. Final Four, left side.
I have Virginia.
I have Zaga.
And then I have in the national championship Virginia and Illinois.
I have Illinois and Zaga. And I'm taking Illinois to win it all.
Me too.
Oh, how about that? All's well that ends well. All right.
That was fun. I like that. Okay, real quick. I did want to go over this. See, I bought some shirts from a great shirt company named Homage. Homage.
I'm taking a picture.
Homage. And it came with a deck of cards, football cards, from 1990s.
Live reveal.
I should be wearing gloves, but I'm not. Let's see. First card, Dan Henning, coach of the Chargers.
Good guy. Good man.
Good man. All right.
Well, how about this?
Okay.
I was going to say, let's say what they would have been outside of a football coach. Dan Henning would have been a golf instructor at a Division III high school.
There's a lot of cards here. Eddie Murray, kicker for the Lions.
Eddie Murray probably would have played soccer because he's a kicker.
Is Bob Golick related to Mike Golick?
Let's say yes.
Defensive tackle for the Raiders.
Well, let's see how he looks like in the back. All right, what would he do? That's definitely a Golick. What would he do?
He owns a guns and ammo store.
Oh, that's good. I think he retired from football after an injury, and he is now a high school gym teacher.
All right. Kevin Green, linebacker for the Rams.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he's a stud.
Financial advisor.
No, pro wrestler.
Oh,
this guy's a Hall of Famer.
Okay. So set that card aside then. Yeah. Eric Williams, defensive end for the Lions.
What would he
Financial advisor.
Country club owner.
Okay. Art Monk, wide receiver for the Washington football
Hall
team.
of Famer.
Set
Put it to the side. What would he do?
A Hall of Famer.
All right.
John L. Williams, running back for Seattle.
Ooh, what would he do?
He goes around giving speeches on why you shouldn't talk to strangers at elementary schools.
Like a car dealership.
Sure. Mark Murphy, safety for the Packers. He goes around scamming people at pool halls.
Oh, I like that. Strip club owner.
Fair enough. Paul Gruber.
Blocking Jason Buck of the Bengals in that photo.
Tackle for the Buccaneers. This guy is the manager at a body shop.
Ooh, damn it. That's good. Don't go on until I go.
No, I got you. This next one's a big one.
Okay. This guy, Paul Gruber. McGruber. He just owns a restaurant. He put all the riches into a restaurant. It's going so bad because of COVID.
Like, what's his name from Tampa Bay? Just passed
this
away
guy.
recently.
This guy's from Tampa Bay.
Who's the guy? I can't remember his name. He had a restaurant in Florida. It went under and he died. Reggie White for the Eagles.
Ooh.
This is a card. Atlas, get the fuck out of here. He looks like he would die too young from heart illness.
I was going to say he'd be a good skeleton.
Leonard Smith, safety for the Bills.
Good card.
This is he made a number of AFC championship games and Super Bowls.
Won a bunch of AFC champions. No, he didn't. Well, I don't know how long he stayed in Buffalo, but this guy definitely is, insurance.
Speaking of which,
Thurman Thomas, good card. Put that aside.
That one aside.
Oh, no picture on the back.
Season.
Thurman Thomas is definitely a guy who just retired with all his riches and now can barely walk because of all the hits.
Yeah. And then Rich Camarillo, punter for the Cardinals. This guy looks like a serial killer. That looks like a mugshot.
No, this is definitely the Unabomber. We're Richard Ramirez's dad.
Yeah, that looks like yeah. Super Bowl III. This card just says has the ring for Super Bowl III on here.
Okay. That ring
Jets
looks like
16.
Nice.
Colts 7. The guarantee.
Rich Camarillo might be like a window worker at a sports book, actually.
I would say he's the guy who dries off your car after you're done at the car wash.
Oh, a little. Okay.
He's Italian.
I know.
Camarillo.
I get that.
Did you think he was not?
Well, why don't you just say he works at Olive Garden?
You said it, not me.
Super Bowl III. Good picture. Mm-hmm. All right, so you got 3 cards. How much we looking at? Can we retire and or buy a Bitcoin?
We'll get back to you.
What if you just opened it up and 1 Bitcoin dropped out? Like, wait, what even is this? All right, I'm glad we actually did get a special guest. It's my friend Tim. We go way back.
Way back.
2016 years. We wrote for Stripe Hype together. We did pods back then.
Not as far back as me and you.
Well, yeah, we went to high school.
I'm getting a little bit jealous. It's okay.
It's okay. But Tim, how's everything going? It's probably one of your favorite times of the year, I'm guessing.
It is, man. March Madness is here. Baseball season's right around the corner. The NBA playoffs in the normal year are like 2 weeks away, but I think now they're like the middle of May. So it's a unique year, yes, but I'm definitely excited. It's a lot to be excited about.
Perfect. And my bad is doing an intro. Tim, besides being an old friend of mine, he's an NBA and NCAA podcaster on 48 Minutes Network. You can find that on Twitter at 48 Minutes NTWRK. Also covers our local teams in Cincinnati, Xavier, NKU, and UC. Early year for you this year, unfortunately. But how did those seasons go, respectively?
Man, like I felt like with Xavier, it was like they weren't far away from being competitive and being good, and it was like every single time like they started to get hot, they had to stop. So it was like I feel like at a consistent year, if they have like Nate Johnson and Paul Scruggs and those guys, like they're probably really good. But with the Bearcats, obviously we're seeing the drama that's unfolding with them, and it just seems like it's a total mess there, and I have no idea. Like, I get texts every day like, do you know what's going on? I'm like, I'm not that big time, guys. I'm not big time at all, I should say.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, and then NKU was just, it was a transition year. They have a lot of good talent. I'm excited about the future. Hopefully they keep Marquez Work there because that kid is really good. So...
I was going to ask, so UC has like 3 players left on its roster? 4, sorry. So they could almost field a team.
Did they all transfer out?
Yeah.
Immediately?
Like a lot of them hit the transfer portal right after the season ended.
Wow.
And that was like, they were a good story too because they beat Wichita State by 3 and then they obviously just got steamrolled by Houston in a bet that I lost.
Did they get an opportunity? Did they get invited to the NIT?
Tim?
From what I understand, no.
Okay.
When you lose to South Florida at home, it doesn't look good for your even NIT odds.
Well, Dayton made the NIT and they lost to Fordham and LaSalle, so...
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good point.
But I didn't know if I was going to ask if this is as worse of a spot as UC's ever been, because I just remember like one of the early Mick Cronin years, excuse me, they had like football. I think Connor Barwin played basketball, and he's went to the NFL. So I didn't know which one was worse, but having only 4 guys just kind of seems worse. But I don't know if a couple football players could put. Mick Cronin always wanted football players to recruit. So
it's a great year to be a walk-on at the University of Cincinnati.
Yeah, Rob Banks started a couple games this year. He was a walk-on, so
I still just haven't gotten over Nevada. Okay, here we go. Snake draft. So we're drafting 2 upsets, 2 players, 2 coaches, 2 Cinderellas, 2 moments. And I know it'll get tricky down the road when, because you can have
be a little bit of overlap here too,
right? Because you can have a moment, but then that player is part of that moment, and they can be drafted separately,
right?
But we'll play it by ear, see how it goes. Tim, again, thanks for joining us last minute. Tim, you have the second pick.
Okay.
All right, I have the first, and so right off the board, I'm gonna take a moment. It's gonna be Leitner to beat UK. I know it. That's the problem. Is if you're not a Duke guy, you're gonna hate this. But it's literally called The Shot. So tough to beat. I know it was only the Elite 8, but that's known as one of the most memorable games. You had the stomp. You had Grant Hill's full court pass.
Yeah.
Leitner having the presence of mind to take a dribble, shimmy shake, and hit the most iconic shot in NCAA history. So Leitner's shot to beat UK in '92. Called by Marty Brenneman on the radio, Tim. How about that?
How about that, man? So that's obviously, I feel like that's where you have to start.
Thank you.
It's like I said, it's probably like a top 5 monumental moment in college basketball history. So I like where you start there, Shelby. I like it. I taught you well, young grasshopper.
All right, you're up.
I'm up. Awesome. Okay. So I get, man, this is good. All right, I'm going to take a moment as well.
Ooh.
Actually, can I scratch that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking a player. I'm taking Kemba Walker in 2011.
Nice.
The cardiac Kemba, the run of just going through the Big East tournament, and obviously he definitely was exhausted come the title game against Butler. But you saw these glimpses coming early in the year. So Connecticut beat Kentucky and Maui in the championship, and then they played up again in the Final Four. I'm not meaning to just jump on Kentucky, so I apologize. But just that Kemba run is something I'll always remember.
Yeah, both of you guys are ripping my heart out right now.
Yeah, well, you can take the 2012 title in 10 seconds when I'm done here, so it works out, right? But yeah, I'm gonna take Kemba Walker, 2011 UConn. That's something I'm just always gonna remember.
Yeah, who was the poor SOB he crossed from Louisville? I thought you might know, but I mean that's just like a legend. There's posters, obviously. There's Jason Terry getting dunked on by LeBron, but I mean in college, and maybe that might. And we like to shit on each other's picks a lot in this draft, so don't take offense to anything. But it's
Nothing.
like with Kemba too. I like the first moment that comes to my head is from the Big East tournament. But I guess when you put together that run, I guess that's okay. But yeah, I like the pick.
My pick is going to be Coach K. That one's easy. He has the most appearances and
whatever. As a Robert Morris fan
and wins. Come on, friggin' turd. And then I'm gonna follow it up with Cinderella team is gonna be the NC State with Coach V. That was just obviously there's a 30 for 30 on it, so feel like a pretty easy pick for me.
NC State, that's 83.
83.
Okay. All right, 2 picks off the board. Pretty strong.
Never give up.
Pretty strong.
Don't ever give up.
All right,
I like it.
Tim.
Ooh. I'm gonna reinsure myself with your cohort here so that he doesn't hate me forever and think I'm very anti him. I'm gonna go with Lehigh as a 15 being the 2-seeded Duke behind CJ McCollum and his unbelievable performance.
Yeah.
That really put him into the NBA stature. Really kind of jumped him up to be a lottery pick. Obviously, you see now he is the Robin to Damian Lillard's Batman, and that game is really what started it all to let people know how good of a player he is. So I'll never forget sitting at my buddy's house having a couple beers watching that game. So
I like it. Okay, can't be upset with that. But I'm gonna go with an upset where you literally have a once in a lifetime upset. So it has to be UMBC,
right?
The Golden Retrievers, not only beating Virginia, but beating Virginia by 20, the number 1 overall seed in the tournament. I only have to take it because it's never been done, except for that time. And every year it was kind of, when's it going to happen? And usually for me it was like, oh my gosh, this 16 seed is down 4 at halftime, and then 3 minutes in the second half they're down 17.
So this is a Cinderella team.
This is an upset.
This is an upset. Gotcha.
Correct. And that's kind of where our
So could I go moment?
No, because a moment is one specific play.
No, I gotcha.
Yeah, UMBC over Virginia in 2018.
Yeah.
16 over 1. And then, so I got an upset out of the way. Then I'll go with a Cinderella, and it's going to be George Mason in 2006.
He took it.
Damn it!
Yeah,
I had that.
I had a feeling it was not going to get back to me. So they go all the way to the Final Four, and that was kind of, I'm in 6th grade at the time, so that was kind of the first, one of the first, maybe second or third tournament I can remember, and it was like, oh my god, where in the hell is George Mason at?
Yeah.
And then it being a cool story. So I'm taking George Mason, going to the Final Four as an 11th seed, and Tim, you're up.
I'm going to have to piggyback that, man. I'm going to have to take Loyola Chicago just 3 years ago.
Yeah.
11th seed, they made it to the Final Four.
Yeah.
They beat Miami, a really good Miami team. Sister Jean. Marcus Towns was really good for that team. Yeah, still alive.
Going back.
Still alive. Yep. Yeah. Marcus Towns was one of the best players on that team. Got a tryout with the Bulls, so that was cool. They beat a really good Miami team on a buzzer beater in the first round, and they just went on to go on and win some huge games down the stretch. And I love Porter Moser. I think that guy, the fact that he doesn't have a major job yet, shocks me, considering he's won 80 games in the last 4 years, including this current year where they're 24-4 and they're somehow an 8 seed, whatever. But yeah, man. So you took the one I really wanted, so I got to go the second one because I know 86 LSU is the other one, and I'm not taking them.
Yeah. And that was Loyola Chicago, came out of the region that UC should have won because Loyola Chicago beat Nevada by 2.
Yeah, they did.
That loss. I'll never get over that. All right, Zach, 2 picks.
All right, I'm gonna go. It's tough. There's so much good stuff to go with. I'm gonna have to go with upset Northern Iowa over Kansas.
That game broke me.
What was that 20?
Ali Farubanesh.
12?
09.
09. That long ago. Damn.
Yeah.
I am old.
So my dad came home with a bracket and it was like, it's $20 to enter the pool at work. Lets me fill it out, and I'm like, well, Kansas is gonna win it all. And so when that happened, it was like my dad didn't care at all, but it was like I let him down personally.
I was at
Ali Farubanesh, the Morris twins.
Yeah, I was at the Green, at that burger place that's right on the corner down from the movie theater.
Yeah,
we watched the
knows.
game there. Come on.
Right,
Smart ass. All right. My player is actually going to be this is going to sound weird, but Joakim Noah. He was part of the back-to-back national championships for Florida. So I mean, it's hard to repeating is a hard thing to do in college, I think, especially to have a player who's had a pretty good career in the NBA as well, having won 2 national championships.
I mean, he's elite in my mind just because of
shit on Cleveland.
Is Cleveland cool?
Do you like Cleveland?
That's my all-time. That's like up there with you don't live in Cleveland, you live in Cincinnati. All right.
Yeah, and also, I'm a diehard Chicago Bulls fan, so Joakim Noah will always be cool in my book. So,
all right, Tim, back to you.
All right, I'm going to take my second player. I got to take Steph Curry. I think that run at Davidson, it was just incredible. You know, he had 28.6 points a game. They go to the Sweet 16 this last year. He has this crazy, crazy run. LeBron's in the front row watching him blow it up. And also, he's like, you know, the greatest shooter ever. So, Kemba and Steph Curry, I like my players.
Yeah. I'm going to go coach, and there's others out there, but I'm going to go Brad Stevens. Only because he goes back-to-back to the final or to the national championship game.
Loses
with Butler.
Yeah.
Loses Gordon Hayward. Goes back to Butler.
Right.
Goes to the national championship.
Right. And both losses were to Duke, if I'm not mistaken.
Tim?
Duke and UConn.
To me, in that era, Duke and UConn are the same team.
And I'm going to hold off on a player that I have in mind. I pray to God it's not taken. So I'll go with another player instead, and it's Melo.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, it's Syracuse. He was a dog.
I mean, if he doesn't go on that tear to win them a national title, and like that picture's so great of him holding up the newspaper that says champs, it's like Jim Boeheim. Where would he be?
Right.
It'd be like if Brett Favre didn't win a Super Bowl his like third year with the Packers.
Yeah.
It's like, what's his career look like? So I'm taking Melo.
Yeah, I always remember the Hakeem Warwick from that block shot he had in that championship game. It's just something that always sticks out to me. It was awesome.
Back to you.
All right, I'm going to go a little low-key for my second upset, so I guess I have coaches left at this point.
Can't wait to shit on this.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Just kidding.
But I have to take the 04 University of Alabama Birmingham Blazers with their upset of the number 1 overall seed Kentucky Wildcats behind Ronell and Donnell Taylor, the twins, who are literally the same size and weight. It seems like it's a game that people don't remember, but there's a play in the game where Ronell Taylor gets a rebound and literally just throws it full court behind his head to Donnell Taylor, who gets a layup. And I was like, you know, I'll never forget that.
What seed was UAB?
They were a 9.
9? Okay, so second round.
Yeah, round of 32.
Wow.
Didn't they just dissolve their football team?
They brought it back.
They don't even have one anymore? Oh, they brought it back. Okay.
Yeah, it took a couple of years off, yeah.
Fun fact, game was in Columbus.
It was.
At Nationwide.
Wow.
That. Zack, Snake. That's how it works.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I'm going to go with another player, Magic Johnson from Michigan State, beating Larry Bird in Indiana State. I think that because I thought about taking Larry Bird, taking a team like Indiana State, which really, it's honestly just him. That's pretty cool. And then as far as moments go, I'm going to take the... I
know what you're taking.
The buzzer from Villanova.
I knew what you're taking.
Yeah, the Nova buzzer against North Carolina.
See, that's... Who made the shot? Tim, I know you know.
Couldn't fucking tell you.
Yeah. That's what makes... I know Leitner's wasn't as high stakes, but no one remembers Chris Jenkins made that.
Right.
That's what's weird to me. But that's to win the national championship.
Or Marcus Page hitting the shot before Chris Jenkins hits the shot, yeah.
Oh, an unbelievable left-handed, double clutch 3.
To force overtime.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice pick. Okay. That was the 16 title game. All right, Tim.
All right, so... Coaches?
A lot of good ones left.
There are. I'm going to have to go Rick Pitino, man. I've done too much mean stuff about Kentucky. I got to take him here,
Iona, legend.
Yeah. It's taken, 3 schools now to the Final Four. Has a title with Kentucky and with Louisville. I know the Louisville one's technically redacted.
I think he's the only coach to take 4 different teams to the tournament.
Yeah. In my eyes, I don't know if there's a better college basketball coach in history than Rick Pitino, and I don't say that lightly. So, there's some interesting stuff off the court, obviously, but I love this. This is fun. Yeah, I'm going to take Slick Rick, who I think might be the next Indiana head coach. I don't know for sure, though.
Oh, goodness. All right. I'm between two, but since we're kind of on a run of game, I mean, I took a game winner. You took a game winner.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't taken a moment yet, Tim, have you?
No, I took a game.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so I'm going to get my second moment out of there and take Chris Webber's timeout.
I was going to take it.
All right, good. That was what I was scared at. Yeah, I mean, obviously you should have been called for a travel. Obviously the most unfortunate travel of all time because of what it led to. But yeah, that was just a snowball of events. I don't think he came back the next year. I think that's another awesome documentary. It's a 30 for 30, right?
Mm-hmm. It is, yeah.
So, yeah, Chris Webber taking the timeout in the national championship
Fab
game.
Five.
The Michigan never getting that national championship.
Mm-hmm.
And then my next player, God, I have a lot of my top picks still on the board.
Me too.
I didn't get as much time to prepare as you guys did, so I don't have any top picks.
Yeah, I know this.
But I'm having fun.
You. Well, the thing was, the guy that dropped out was Scotty. He's regular, and I was going to actually ask you to grade it tomorrow because we're doing this whoever we're going to do this snake draft on. We did Will Ferrell movies and Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah.
With villains and love interest and stuff, and whoever wins the most mock draft gets a free bet or something on the first NFL game.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I was gonna actually ask you to grade it. So I'm just happy you joined in.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna go with Villanova over Georgetown in the '85 national championship.
Only 8 seed to ever win.
Yeah, the only 8 seed to ever win, lowest seed to win.
Mm-hmm. That
was just, I mean, I think Nova. It was the perfect storm that day to beat a Georgetown team with Patrick Ewing. But I think they shot something absurd.
Was that his sophomore or junior year? Patrick Ewing. I can't remember because his senior year he won.
Mm.
And then we had the whole thing with the NBA.
Frozen envelope.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P.
Yeah. David Stern.
Yeah, but I'm going to take Nova. I think they shot something 60% from the field that day. It just all kind of worked out.
It was right before the 3-point line was invented.
Yeah, Nova over Georgetown, 85 national title.
All right. That was your second on the snake? Back to
back
Timbo?
to Tim.
All right. So I'm going to take a game here. And this is actually one really close to my heart because I literally did a feature story on this game last year.
Moment?
Would this be a moment? Oh, okay. We'll call it moment, I guess. Yeah. Does that count? Is that
we have player, Cinderella team, upset, coaches, and moments.
Because you have 2 upsets with Lehigh and UAB.
Oh, okay. So they lost this game, but I did a feature on the Xavier-Kansas State game. This is now the 11-year anniversary of it. And for Xavier to get back in that game, there's a huge shot that Jordan Crawford hits. And it's unbelievable.
That's a moment.
And Gus Johnson calls the shot, and he says, and literally it starts my article, it says, Crawford's got to hurry! Oh, man! He hit the shot!
Gus Johnson.
I loved Gus Johnson until he did the tip pass for the Broncos-Bengals game in 2009.
Oh, yeah. Stokely.
His call of the Ohio State-Michigan game during the revenge tour season for Michigan, where Ohio State just trounced them, the Olave touchdowns, it was awesome. All right.
Good pick, Tim.
Yeah, good pick. Very good pick. Love it. I'm going to go with another coach, and it's going to be Roy Williams from North Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
He obviously he's still there, right?
Yeah,
he's still there.
Mm-hmm.
He 28 appearances, 77 wins, 25 losses, and if you compare that to a lot of people, kind of put him in the same category as Jim Boeheim. You think about Jim Boeheim, he's got 33 appearances, 60 wins, 32 losses compared to Roy Williams got 25, and they've been he's been to 9 Final Fours compared to Jim Boeheim's 5. Mm-hmm. So I think 3 runner-ups. He's been 3 national championships that he's lost, but still been to. So yeah, Roy Williams.
Cool.
Another pick.
Yeah.
There's a player out there. I'm okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. My Cinderella's going to be VCU Final Four.
Joey Rodriguez is the guy.
Joey Rodriguez.
I mean, that guy was basically Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was 2011.
Yeah. To the Final Four.
Yeah, 2011 to the Final Four. Shaka Smart. What a great team. This was before they were in the A-10, so I didn't hate them at the time. So, yeah. That rounds out. I've rounded out my players, my Cinderella, and my coaches. I just need another moment, another upset.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Cool.
Tim.
All right, so for Cinderella, I guess this counts, but I'm going to take it anyway. I guess you guys can tell me if it doesn't. I'll think of something else, but it might take a while. I'm going to take the 2017 Xavier Musketeers going to the Elite Eight, beating #1 Arizona, who had NBA star Lauri Markkanen on their team. Yes, another Chicago Bulls reference for me. Where Sean O'Mara was the guy who hit the game-winning shot against Arizona. Not J.P. McKira, not Trayvon Blewett, Sean O'Mara.
I like it. All right, that's good. Because then the next year, was that the day UC and Xavier lost on the same day? Upset?
On the same court, back-to-back games.
Gosh, that's great.
Yeah, because they also, Xavier beat Jonathan Isaac's Florida State team in the second round that year by 22.
Okay. I got a player, a Cinderella, and a coach left. I'll go with the Cinderella and take
Texas Western.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
What a great movie.
It's an okay movie.
Hey, no.
Hold on, I gotta get this nickname right. Great radio. Dunk City, Florida Gulf Coast in 2013, going to the Sweet 16. This is one you could
lock, baby.
You could also throw an upset in here, obviously, but yeah, I mean, what a name, Dunk City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's my Cinderella. 2013, Florida Gulf Coast. That's another school no one knew about. They stayed in hotels on campus. Oh
yeah.
Then obviously a beautiful campus. They go to the Sweet 16. They beat Georgetown. Blah blah blah. All right, 2 picks left for me. I got a coach and a player, and I'll go Tom Izzo. It's January, February Izzo.
Son of a bitch.
He's only won 1 out of 2 titles, but that's a guy who's constantly in the Final Four. He's been to 8 of them, and it's basically if you went to Michigan State for 4 years, you more than likely played in the Final Four. So
yeah,
take Izzo out of Michigan State.
Yeah. Are you able to see what I have left by chance? I didn't write it down. I apologize.
Yeah, no worries. All right, Tim, back to you. You need a moment and a coach.
Michael Jordan's game-winning shot.
Yep.
I mean, it's as easy as it gets for me. I guess I got to keep this Bulls thing going for me, right?
And that could, honestly, I don't think... Do you have both your moments done?
I think that's my last moment.
I need another moment and an upset.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's a second moment, 5 seconds later in that game, as an all-time, a kind of Chris Webber deal. But, yeah, go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, I'm going to go with... I was trying to decide if this would be moment or upset, but I think the upset is a little bit more significant than the moment, but you could have an honorable mention for this moment would be... When I say Georgia State, what do you think of?
Georgia State falling out of a chair.
Yeah, Ron Hunter falling out of his chair. Yeah, his son was on the team.
Hit the shot.
Yeah, hit the shot. They're a 14 seed. They beat Baylor. I'm going to take Georgia State for that upset. So let me write that down.
What year that was?
That was 2015.
Okay. Wow, God, I'm old.
I know. That's what all of these are like.
You guys know that I'm in my mid-30s, right?
Well, that sucks for you. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me.
That'll never happen to me.
That'll never happen to me. You're trying to tell us. All right, and then my moments, I'm kind of double dipping on the NC State 83 thing, but it's when Jimmy V goes running out on the floor and is looking for someone to hug. I can't remember his name. I can't remember.
So is Jimmy V running your moment, or is Lorenzo Charles dunk to win the game your moment?
No, the moment is going to be because it's iconic. It's
they're both iconic.
Right, that's true. But no, I'm going to go with Jimmy V hug.
Jimmy V running for hug.
Yeah, there was I can't remember the name. Who's the player that I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't either.
He hugged him after every win, and then he went out and he couldn't find him.
Yeah,
so
I was just gonna say if someone tried to do that and the Lorenzo Charles dunk, I'd probably veto.
Okay, that's fair.
But since it's the last round, Jimmy V running for a hug after the '83 national championship. All right, Tim, Finish it off. You need a coach.
I'm going to take the most handsome coach in college basketball. I'm going to take Jay Wright. I think, obviously this is a little bit recency bias with winning 2 national titles, but going all the way back to, when he was at Hofstra, he made a Hofstra a relevant program for a stretch, took them to their first 2 NCAA tournaments before getting the Villanova job. And, you mentioned Chris Jenkins. Mm-hmm. That's a guy Jay Wright put on his team. He won 2 national titles, beat a really good Michigan team for his last championship a couple years back. So
thank God.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my boy Jay Wright. My favorite press conference in college basketball.
Jay Wright looks like he'd shoot a mean round of golf in like some in some slacks that have been like perfectly ironed. I don't know. The only vibe I get. Not a good coach. Just kidding. All right. Last pick. All right, so I could win the draft just by saying my last pick is I need a player would be Christian Laettner. I don't know how like the greatest.
I just wouldn't pick him.
Oh my God.
I don't think he's the greatest.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Look at the stats.
But I wanted, and I said I wanted a guy that was like basically just college, and Laettner is.
Yes.
He's the winner against Georgetown, the winner against Kentucky. I mean, the upset
should
against
have been tossed for the stomp, but okay.
The upset of UNLV, and I mean he holds all these tournament records. But I maybe wanted someone a little more recent that was just college. I was thinking Pittsnoggle from West Virginia, but instead I'll go a guy, Adam Morrison from Gonzaga.
Okay.
He was it was kind of like, we're younger. I mean, Tim's older, so he might remember when Gonzaga, notched an upset in, what was it, the 99 when they made the Elite Eight as a 10 seed. But, when we're in middle school, it was like, who is Gonzaga? What state are they even in? And now they're like this powerhouse. Yeah, we talked about this earlier. But Olympia.
It's the capital, you're right.
But yeah, Adam Morrison, and it was like, you can like see where his heart breaks in that UCLA game that they lost, where they were up by a lot, and like as UCLA scores.
There's a coach that we missed, by the way, that run in the 70s of UCLA.
Well, right, he was my number 1 pick. I didn't take him because there was like 16 teams a tournament that when John Wooden won all those.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was like Adam Morrison had the big press conference where he cried, and he, Michael Jordan took him 3rd overall to the Bobcats. But yeah,
yikes!
That's just a perfect college pick to me is Adam Morrison.
All right. I figured you were either going Morrison or Jimmer there. I was like, which one is he going to do?
Jimmer's also on there, and this is where we kind of run off
Dougie McBuckets.
Yeah, this is kind of, Tim, where we run off some honorable mentions if we have them.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah, so
Coach K, let me get that one out of the way. Not Coach K, Calipari, John Calipari.
Yeah, Calipari and John Wooden were both on there for me, along with,
we didn't pick Boeheim. He's there.
Billy
Bobby
Donovan
Knight.
Winning.
Yeah.
Bob Knight, if he wasn't canceled. I mean, and then Dean Smith, 11 Final Fours.
Right.
For players, I had Laettner, Michael Jordan, but we kind of touched base on him.
Mm-hmm.
J.J. Redick.
Yeah.
He's like one of the evil Duke villains from our youth, along with Jimmer Fredette's another one we missed.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you remember, Tim, that we might have missed? I got a lot.
I like the Kentucky upset over UCLA and Lonzo, Malik Monk and De'Aaron Fox. That was a great game. I mean, they ended up losing to North Carolina, but that was that an Elite 8 game or a Sweet 16 game? I think it was Sweet 16 because they lost in the Elite 8 to North Carolina. Yeah,
Luke May hit that shot. Yeah.
Yep. So, some other upsets: Steve Nash and Santa Clara beating number 2 Arizona in the first round in '93. Princeton over UCLA, 96 first round, the backdoor cut to win it. Norfolk State over Missouri, another bracket buster, because I had them going all the way. I think it was the Presley twins.
Florida Gulf Coast.
Yep. Mercer over Duke and Davidson over Georgetown. Some other moments. Bryce Drew for Valparaiso, game-winning 3.
Horizon League, baby.
Over Mississippi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Chris Webber timeout. Mario Chalmers, 3-pointer over your boy.
Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
My boy.
No, I was talking to Tim.
Oh, I thought you were okay.
Fan.
Oh, they're right, because I was like, Derrick Rose played at Memphis, but...
And then the only other real Cinderella I can think of was Loyola Marymount, 11 seed, lost in the Elite 8 to UNLV. They lost to UNLV in the Elite 8, 131 to 101.
Wow.
I had the under.
I'm glad,
that might hit some NBA overs.
All right, Tim, Thanks again, man. I hope you had fun.
I had a blast, man. This was awesome. Thanks for thinking of me.
Yeah, no problem. You were needed out of the bullpen when we needed you most, and I appreciate you taking the call.
Definitely, man.
Is that our show?
That's our show.
All right, here we go. There's a little place where the sun sleeps late and pulls himself a shot of tequila. It's a little place called Pleasure Island. That's where I'd like to feel ya. It's easy to find just beyond the last wave. Dolphins and whales are up mating. Sail all day and all night and then take a hard ride. That's where I'll be awaiting. Pleasure Island, island of pleasure. No need to stop and think. Pleasure Island, a beautiful treasure. Come on down and have a drink.